But the whole point of that was the ability to recognize and be grateful for all of the amazing things that we have. And I think back, and Dave and Vince and everybody's, we were all talking about electricity. How I see it as, I remember coming to America on January 28th, 1981. And it was amazing because it was cold. I never felt cold like that before. I said, I need some heat. I didn't think about it. But what amazed me was that first night, I stayed in my room, and I just remember, like, wow, that thing's shining. I don't think I remember having electricity in refugee camp and in Vietnam. And I just thought, wow, I am here. Finally, we made it. So many of my relatives died in the middle of the ocean, drowned, got captured by the Communist Party, died in prison, just to get a chance to be here. But they didn't. So I think back in my young mind at that point, wow, this is amazing. But I didn't think that a couple of years later, I would be making money out of that same light bulb process and getting these quarters. And it was only because of this amazing opportunity that Ambit has brought to me, my parents, and my brother. And it was something that was in the making. Coming into America I was told, and I'm sure it was the same for all of you, that you get into the system, you get educated from pre-K to high school, you either get a trade, you join the armed forces, or you go to college, whatever the universe or God inspires you to do. And then after that, you work your butt off. And then if you didn't work enough, you get another job to work your butt off again. To pay off debt, support, raise children, whatever may be the reason you do. And I could never find out the reason. And I was plugged into that system. But in the back of my mind, I knew that there was something more to this. Thinking back then, I stared at that light bulb all night. I didn't sleep. So basically, I was paying RG&E that night without even knowing it. But the whole point of that is, with all of that, we don't have something other than a basic common principle to go by. And that is this: nothing moves unless someone acts. And so if the whole conveyor belt and the whole machinery just keeps on going, it will just be that machinery and that wheel just turning. But however, if someone acts, something is going to move, and that movement will be massive. And I saw it at that table over the weekend, where my brother invited me to jump into this business, and now we have a chance. We all retired our mom. We're going to retire our dad 2 years earlier from his job, and the whole family is basically enjoying the fruits of what we came here for. That one day that my dad decided we're going to pack up, jump on our boat, well, his boat, and sail across the South China Sea. And that is always reflected. And I remember my brother and I staying in the parking lot right outside the restaurant in Scranton. He goes, remember that day? Remember that day? And it was just flooding back in again. And here we are, national consultant, executive consultant, looking at the poverty of our youth, the misery of our childhood. Mm-hmm. And we asked each other, did you ever have a birthday party? I said, hell no. Did we ever have a graduation party? No. And so we were just reminiscing all of those things where it was so cruel and so powerful in our life. But at that point, we always had that inner motive that our dad acted, we now need to act. And we said, those are the things that we were deprived of. We will always make sure that our kids, well, he has kids, our family will never be deprived of those things that we were deprived of. And Ambit Energy is the one vehicle that allowed us now to say that is going to happen. And we can guarantee that. we can guarantee that to our loved ones and our family. And it's only because what we're doing is we're offering help to so many other people. And in the very act of doing so, we have gained our time back. And gaining our time back is one of the most precious things. I've always heard this, my mentor in college, you can waste anything you want, but just don't waste time. And that has been so powerful. And we waste some time, days and time fly by. But with that intentional living, we now have the chance to not only live our life, but have some impact on other people's lives. Because now we're gaining our time back and we become more conscious of how other people go through the machinery and the system, and not knowing that going through all of this without a very firm principle, and that is, if you don't act, you will go through that conveyor belt, and the machinery is going to work with or without you. And finally, if all of this is coming together and you have the power of gaining your time back and still making full-time income through this incredible compensation plan that Dave showed you, these things are going to trickle. However, there's one important fact, and there's one thing that I know that there's always a missing piece to this, and that is each one of us has to do our part. And it is now the time to do so. I don't know if we would ever be able to be successful if my dad chose the next day or the day after, because a storm could come up, a new change of guard at the beach, and a soldier would be more vigilant, would be able to catch us. I don't know. We will never know. But all I know is that he acted. And that action brought in the perfect timing to bring about the world events, and that's why I'm here in front of you tonight. Alive, well, living the American dream, and at the same time offering this one piece that if that principle stays true to all of us, if you don't act, nothing will change. And if you act, guess what? There is a whole army behind you. There is a whole nation behind you who are hungry for somebody to make this action, this decision to act. And for me, again, I say again to all of you, everything I have so much today, I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for Ambit Energy, for changing my life, and I hope that you make the decision, not just the decision to decide, the decision to act. And once that action comes in, you will see the amazing doors that open for you, day in and day out, and you will see how many people you're going to change in your life. So may tonight, you take that action full of gratitude, because once you have that decision to come in and you take that action, so much will flow through you and grow for so many other people. So have a safe trip back home tonight, and God bless you all.